Hello, my YouTube fan base. It's been a long time. I feel a little bad that it's been over a year since I've gotten up an ocarina recording, and I'm sorry about that. It's just life has become so busy with the stress of moving several times and finding new jobs, and I just haven't been able to get back to getting to them, but I do plan to eventually. However, this video isn't about my recordings. Actually, it is about another hobby that I've gotten into back since 2007 and have continued to present day, and that is cosplay. Um, Cosplay has turned into a business of mine where I make cosplay props and accessories and sell them on an Etsy shop called the Cosplay Armory, which is what I decided to name my business. Anyway, this video is being made because a while back, after Anime Banzai 2013, I was asked on DeviantArt by a college student in the UK if I would be interested in doing an interview for him for his final project, which is going to be about cosplay. I thought it was an interesting idea, so I decided, yeah, sure, why not? I'll do it. So he has sent me a list of questions which I'm going to read off and then answer as best I can. So without further ado, here we go. Question number 1. Why do I cosplay? That is probably the simplest answer I'm going to give, in that it is so much fun. Cosplaying in general is just such a fun hobby. You meet so many interesting people. You get so many compliments for what you make and what you show up wearing, and it is so much fun to get to act out a character that you like and bring that character to life. It's probably why it's become such a joy for me to do whenever I get the chance to. Question number 2. When did you first hear about cosplay? I first heard about cosplay not too long before I went to my first anime convention back in 2007. My wife, fiance at the time, mentioned that she had done a bit of cosplaying when she was at her intern program in Florida. And I liked the idea and I decided to give it a try. So I went online, found a costume that I wanted to do, and ended up being Ichigo from Bleach in his Bankai form. The costume itself wasn't that great, but the prop that I was able to acquire was pretty cool, and I still have that. Question number 3. What got you into cosplay and prop making? It's one of those things, you try it the first time and you become absolutely hooked on it. That's pretty much how it was. As my group of friends back in Omaha decided to make it a yearly tradition to go to this anime convention, as well as any others that we could. And in Nebraska, there were 2, Anime NebraskaCon and Otaku Omaha, which was in 2008. And I yet again put on a costume for Otaku Omaha, which was Light Yagami. And unlike my last one, I didn't bother buying a prop. Instead, I made the Death Note, and that was just fun too, just to be able to create my own prop. But the interest in actually doing it for a living and actually doing it seriously came in 2010, when my brother and I spent a whole month working on Genesis Rhapsodos' rapier from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. We spent a whole month making it the best that we could, making it out of wood for my Genesis cosplay that I decided I was going to do for Anime NebraskaCon that year. Question number 4. What has been the most challenging cosplay you have made? And without a doubt, hands down, that would be my Chaos cosplay from Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. My friends, my wife, and I, we spent 5 solid months working on that costume. And it came down to the wire as to whether or not we would get it done or not. It was such a fun challenge to make. This was my very first costume we've ever made entirely by ourselves, aside from the suit that I wore underneath it. And it was just so much fun, and we learned so much, and it was so worth it. Question number 5. What is your favorite cosplay-related memory? My favorite memory, I have a couple, and they continue to develop because this is an ongoing thing. I take great pride and joy in seeing the final pieces of a project, a build, come together, and they just look so cool. That just creates a whole new memory that I cherish every single time. But also the reaction that my Chaos cosplay got at Anime Banzai 2012 was just phenomenal. It was a big costume, so it's hard for people to miss, but I seriously could barely take 2 steps in the thing without somebody asking me for a picture, which of course I obliged. It was just so much fun, even though we didn't really get to enjoy the convention on the whole with all the panels and all that too much because I couldn't move around as quickly as I normally could. Alright, question 6. If money and time did not matter, what would you cosplay as? And that's a real tough question because I already have some ideas in the future for some very complicated and elaborate cosplays. I would probably do like a full-blown, no holds barred, just the best Master Chief, or the bet from Halo, or the best Judge Magister Gibranth from Final Fantasy XII that I possibly could. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to view this video. If anyone has any interest in commissioning me for a prop or an accessory, feel free to send me a note here on YouTube or contact me on my DeviantArt account, which is the same as my YouTube account, or feel free to take a look at my Etsy shop and see what we have available. Right now it's not a whole lot, and that would be the Cosplay Armory. In conclusion, I'm going to show you guys a few works in progress that I'm working on right now for commission as well as just for fun. So without further ado, here is the most recent prop that I've completed. I'm sure many of you will recognize it as the Hylian shield from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Fitting considering how many Ocarina recordings I've done. And I probably will eventually do a Link cosplay for myself and actually enjoy playing the ocarina while wearing the costume. But this one is for a coworker's son, which is why it's a bit smaller than it probably should have been. Other than that, I'm currently working on making some keyblades. This is the teeth of the Kingdom Key from Kingdom Hearts. And I'm going to be making a number of these to be selling at a future convention, which, if this gets a good enough reaction on YouTube, I'll probably post information about that if anyone's interested in seeing me there. And aside from that, I also have back behind me, you can probably see it, any Rise of the Guardians fan would probably recognize that as the base of the staff of Jack Frost. And here is the hoodie for Jack Frost, which we've been working on coloring and painting and making all nice and frosty looking. So in conclusion, guys, yeah, thanks for watching this, and if you have any interest in requesting a prop or anything from me, or you just have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment or a note. Talk to you later. Bye.